It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got J.C. Jackson. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Oilers and the Colts, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Houston Oilers and the Indianapolis Colts. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On first down, Justice. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Looking to throw on second down. Justice. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Justice. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Off play action. Justice. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
A long long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Justice. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Douglas. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Throwing on first down. Douglas. It's Barkley. Once again, bringing in the catch. 2nd and 9. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Right where this set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Justice. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw on third down. Justice looking downfield for Godwin. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, here's your bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. To throw on second down. Justice. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's a give to Herbert. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Another carry for Herbert on second down. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
On 1st and 10, Justice. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. On third down, Justice. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing to start the drive. Douglas. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off play action. Douglas. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Douglas. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Off the play fake. Douglas. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
6-0 our score after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Douglas. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, he's got Shenault. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open hole.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Oilers are an extra point away from taking the lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL.
Now the ball comes loose, and the defense has come up with it. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
first down. Douglas.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And the Colts are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. 23 yards, the final tally.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Douglas caught on the slant. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Barkley, touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Here here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun, Douglas. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Douglas.
Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9.
Back to throw. Douglas.
That's complete right side to Asiasi.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down. But if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Rashad White.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Oilers are able to add on to their first half lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Carlson down to add the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And out across midfield down to the 45.
A good pickup there at 22.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
He's 60 yards attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg, and boom, over the crossbar.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing he just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good hit.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Douglas. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Again, he'll drop to throw. Right back to Pitts again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Roughing the passer. Defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw again. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Waddle as the first half is winding down. And the Oilers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Titans with the lead in the second quarter of play. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Josh Reynolds, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on first down. Douglas throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Off play action. Douglas. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A toss left side for Herbert. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Back to throw. Justice. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Following the fumble recovery, Douglas.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A handoff to Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He's tackled over the 20-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
From the gun on 3rd down. Douglas able to complete this to Chenault.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Douglas.
Quick slant here to Smith. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Off the play fake, Douglas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Douglas. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Saquon Barkley, his third touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken, because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Throwing to start the drive. Douglas. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 20-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Douglas. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Operating from the gun, Douglas. Touchdown! LaVisca Chenault, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Oilers just continue to roll. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, He recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That's the game of the game. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Herbert. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Looking to throw. Justice. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Throwing to start the drive. Douglas. This is Smith with a grab.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Douglas firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Douglas. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Douglas. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Herbert once more. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Here's a give to Barkley, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2.
Running again with Barkley on second down, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's third.
From the gun on third down, Douglas looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Douglas. This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Oilers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
On first down, Justice looking middle, and that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. To throw on second down, Justice.
They'll set up the screen to Herbert.
The Colts on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Justice. He gets it to Cooks.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Looking to throw. Justice. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Throwing on first down. Justice. And that's complete to Cooks.
And he's going to be 10-5.
Looking to throw on second down. Justice.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
George Karlaftis
Picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun. Justice throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Throwing on 3rd and long. Justice. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
And now out comes Houston.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scout.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
Picked off by Anthony Brown.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition pick-6 from earlier in this game?
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. They begin with a run by Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down, Douglas. And incomplete on the deep ball. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Justice looking left sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Justice. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd and 2. Justice. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
To throw on 2nd down. Justice. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there again.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball cross purposes, because basically this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
On 3rd down, Justice. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
43 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll go to Barkley again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle with Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for our visitors, They're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.